We
So
are
available if you guys want to play.
we're apparently live, like it's going, it says that it's going on there. So it should be up any second.
Oh, I see. Okay, there we go.
I'm refreshing.
All right, so I'm going to share this now.
All right, there we are. Hi everyone on Facebook land.
Hello.
Hello, everyone on Facebook land.
It is Jackknife Stiletto and No Small Children having a live Facebook hangout because we miss you guys and miss everyone and each other.
Yes, we do.
I know, right?
I
Speak
know.
for yourself. I don't miss my bandmates at all.
It's kind of a nice, it's like, this is better than taking a break, you know? Taking a break.
No.
But, so when is the last time you guys like rehearsed together or had a show?
Well, the last time we rehearsed together was actually April 13th, Friday the 13th.
No, what wasn't it March?
I mean, March 13th, March 13th.
Okay.
And we'd been working on something for so long. Like we just got our live feed sessions, all the sound engineered. We've been working on like really getting this sound and visuals really great to play together and shoot it live. And we finally got it done. And then the next day we realized we couldn't be together anymore.
We were on the Sunday. It was the Sunday after. That was the last day because that's when we had the mix done and everything.
Yes.
Oh.
So it was actually the 5th. I think it was the 15th. We were last, but we didn't rehearse. We were just like putting the finishing touches on our masterpiece of sound.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No
It's been
avail.
over a month. It was quite an adjustment because we practiced twice a week and then we're kind of in constant contact with each other. So it was definitely after like a couple weeks, we're kind of like, yes, it's so weird not to be playing, but so we just had to pivot, you know what I mean? And
how about you guys?
How about you?
Actually, the same time we were supposed to open for Bowling for Soup on March 14th.
Oh,
That got canceled. So obviously we were rehearsing, we also rehearsed 2 to 3 times a week. And that we were supposed to open on the 14th. So we did a stage it that night. And that was really the last time we were rehearsed and like played together. And then I went to Mel's maybe a week later, and then I ran at her house once and dropped a board and ran away.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're kind of in the same boat as you guys. So we wanted to see like what other bands are doing, stuff like that, and we're all in the same boat here.
Have you guys?
I went over to Joni's house, and then like a few days later, because she has a grapefruit tree, and she had the picking thing, and she's like picking the grapefruits and like with the picking thing, putting them in my bag, like from wicked far away.
It's like a 9-foot pole. And so like, it was the funniest thing. I was like, don't get near me. Don't get near me. What have you been doing? What is like work for you guys look like now when you're apart? How have you had to change the way that you operate? I mean, you still writing, you still recording, or aside from this, obviously, which is awesome.
And game shows. They do game shows.
Game shows, yeah. Game shows.
Which I like are so awesome, by the way.
Yeah.
I watched the entire thing. I couldn't keep my eyes off it.
I've been trying to set up the board that Annie gave me, and one thing is not compatible with the other thing, and then I have 2 laptops, and audio is compatible with one, visual is compatible with another. They don't go together, and then that doesn't work with this, and I feel like that's everyone's life right now, is trying to figure out what they're doing.
And it's always like just when you think you got it figured out, and then some other thing comes and puts a wrench in it. And you're like, oh, you need to download this plugin and blah, blah, blah. And then, oh, your OS doesn't work with this version.
Yeah.
We got a lot of help from this, like a puppeteer friend we have. His puppet is called Toilet Paper. It's pretty awesome. He does a weekly show. He does a live weekly show on YouTube. And he like really helped us out getting the sound and the apps and all that stuff. Cause it's like crazy daunting and frustrating. And
he was way ahead of his time. I mean, it's Toilet Paper like from a couple years ago. So like the coincidence is pretty amazing.
Yeah. You can imagine his popularity now. You just held up a picture.
He's a puppet, a toilet paper puppet.
Yeah.
Roxanne, you just held up a picture. What was that?
We stole it from a puppet place.
Nice.
Yeah,
We don't endorse stealing.
Well, it was borrowed. We actually part of this thing was we did a music video in February at a puppet theater, and we were supposed to play there. I think a month later, so right about like maybe last weekend was supposed to be the show, and somehow this photo ended up in one of Mel's bags. We were going to return it at the show and do a whole Seinfeld thing, and obviously now Rocky's taking very good care of the photo.
What animal is it?
What is that, like a capybara or one of those, the
I don't understand what that
a
is.
deer?
It's a donkey.
A donkey.
Donkey.
Dominic the donkey.
Dominic the donkey. I swear, like, only East Coasters know what that is. Like New York, Chicago, Boston. You know, that's like my favorite, one of my very favorite Christmas carols. My husband was like, never heard of it.
Burro. It's a mule.
It's a mule. Yeah.
A mule.
So what are you guys doing for as far as like doing things
He's
together?
you want to talk about that, Lise?
Nicola, why don't you? You're like, I feel like you should talk.
Oh, what, the sisters are talking a lot? No, it's good. So, I mean, you know, like by day, we're also school teachers, so we're all pretty slammed with virtual teaching. So that's been like just getting all those routines up and going has been something, but we're all in the rhythm of it. So that's that. And yeah, right, exactly. You know what we're talking about.
It's been crazy.
Yeah, it's been crazy, but it's all good now. So, you know, in LA, they're talking about no live shows till when, Lisa? When did you say?
It said 2021. That's what he's, said at the last one I listened to.
Have you heard anything like that in New York?
Kind of yeah, about the same. And I think we're going to be in the same boat as you guys, as we're both on the top, heaviest centered areas. You guys are smack in the middle of it on your side. We're smack in the middle of it on our side. So
yeah.
So when
we're like a team.
When we're allowed to just be together in a room, when maybe they say it's okay to be with 10 or less people in a room, like we're ready to go for live streaming shows, and we're really excited to do that. But we can't do that now, so we decided to create some visual content.
Nice.
So we're recording and re-recording acoustic tracks to some songs we have, and putting some videos together of songs we have. As much as we can by not being together. Ladies, if you want to jump in.
Yeah, it's been it's kind of like been fun to be creative with the limits a little bit, and trying to look at the silver lining, of course, but like doing the acoustic thing and then doing videos with Zoom and then sending each other like little video clips. Like we have a video coming out, I don't know, soon. We did one, a music thank you, where we all just mailed Joni all the parts, and then we put it all together. We did another one because we have a bunch of songs that we've never released that are covers. So we asked people that follow us to send us their pictures, and we put together montages to our songs that have never been released, which was, it's fun to see what everyone else is doing. Like, it's even fun to talk to you right now about what you're doing.
Yeah.
Just trying to stay positive and make music and, feeling weirdly busy, even though I can't leave the house.
right. Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but like kind of a little bit of a shift, because, like Lisa said, we're pretty, like, we have a kind of, a good number of songs that we just put in the tank for a while. For whatever reason, we were kind of strategically hanging on to them. And now that, it's definitely been awesome to have that new stuff or newer recordings to release. But also it's, in some ways, it kind of shifts your perspective creatively. Instead of waiting for everything to be just perfect and to just get it a certain way, you realize that people just want to see you, they want to hear you, and we want to, that interaction between audience and performer, that energy that everybody gets addicted to. That's why you do this type of thing. In the absence of that, that's your only choice, is to just throw it out there. And I think for me, I find myself really not fussing over things being just perfect or just right, just to, share it and get it out there. And some of our least polished stuff is the things that people respond to the most.
Lisa has been doing live like shows 7 to 10 minutes every day too to feed people. And
Awesome.
that's been really lovely. Joni was doing it too. We got a little slam with school though.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm not gonna do drum solos.
Yeah, but you've been doing that ukulele. What about you guys? Like
I am. I'm learning how to play the ukulele. I just sent them videos, so I'm not gonna.
She's on the acoustic song on you playing the ukulele where it's almost done. I'm mixing it right now. So what are you guys doing besides? Because the whole I'm sorry that how well do you know your bandmate game show was so funny, and are you doing other things? What are you guys doing?
Yeah, we do have some stuff that we recorded like a while ago that we're just, because we've been releasing videos on YouTube every Thursday, so we do have somewhat of a stockpile of visual stuff that we have. We are also doing a music video that we had fans send in for one of our videos, so we are compiling that, and then we're just trying to figure out the like live streaming thing. We have some stuff coming up this weekend that we're doing, and just trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Like everyone.
Can we talk about the cat background?
Yeah. Yes, please.
Can we talk about is that like a sofa cover?
A blanket.
Oh, it's a
I got it
blanket.
at Target.
How many cats do you have?
2.
What are their names?
Slash and Oreo.
Nice.
Wait, let me get my pooch.
That's
How many of you how many of you guys have pets like at home? You all do.
Yeah.
You have Roxanne has 2 cats. How about you? How many?
Yeah,
Oh. Mel, how much?
Okay, now we're all gonna go get our animals.
You know what? It's one of mine's birthday. He's 3. I'm gonna go get him.
All right.
Everyone go get a
Oh my
pet.
gosh. What's your
This is Bruce Wayne.
Bruce Wayne?
As I'm wearing a Batman.
Oh.
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 Hiding under the blanket.
Yup.
Is Roxy the only one with cats, or is it?
I only have cats.
You have cats. But what about Mel? She has dogs?
2 cats.
Cats. Oh, okay. Well,
Lisa, you should go get Monkey and put him on your lap.
yeah, my dog's too big. I can't get him, and he's old. He'd be like, what's happening? He'd think it would feel like abuse to him if I picked him up.
There's a cat.
Aw. What's your cat's name?
This is Georgie, and it's his 3rd birthday today.
Oh, happy birthday to Georgie.
Yay.
Are you gonna have a party?
You want a party? You want to eat some cake?
You guys can drive by with your cars and say happy birthday.
Yeah.
We aren't allowed in this room because Annie's allergic to cats, but she's not over.
I have
There's a friend of mine that has a dog. His name's Lemmy. I always thought that was such a great name for a dog.
Sorry.
I'll put this guy down and get my other cat.
Oh, jeez. Just checking some of the Facebook chats going on. If you guys have any questions for us, we are looking at the Facebook chat. It's Jackknife Stiletto and No Small Children hanging out here. And so if you guys want to have any stuff to say, we'll answer your questions.
I have a little happy birthday song teed up if we want to say happy birthday to Mel's cat.
They can't put the cats in the same room yet. They're still like introducing.
Well, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
The cat's not there. Wait.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Where's the? I have to get there. What the heck?
Yeah, it's a shorty. Short and sweet.
For all the kiddos.
And I think Bruce is 3 now. I think. Yeah.
Oh my God, his face is the best.
He's just funny to look at. Like his eyes don't look the same way.
Here's with
He's cool.
He does not.
Oh, Mel, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize you had gone to get your other cat. I actually played a little happy birthday song for your other cat. So.
Oh.
That your dog is so chill. Look at him. He's like.
Yeah, he's pretty. He'll just hang here, and then his tongue will come out in a bit.
We we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dogs between us.
Oh,
Two.
nice.
None of them happen to be in the room right now.
I have my dog, if I'm in here with the door closed, one of them is deaf. So he's an old dog and he'll like scratch at the door. And the way he does it makes it sound like somebody's knocking on the door. So I think, oh, someone's knocking on the door. So they just push the door open. They like to come in here, but they're kind of, my dogs are very
A pain in the ass.
They are two of them are very old, and the other one just is she's a little skittish.
Yeah.
She's a little POS.
Yeah. They're kind of assholes, so yeah.
Nice.
But they love us. They love us.
Good. That's
How old
good.
is your dog?
I think he's 3 now.
Is that a French bulldog?
Yeah, he's a Frenchton, a Frenchie Boston Terrier mix.
Ah, I love Boston Terriers. It's so cute.
Cool.
I just
Yeah.
saw that our friend Nancy from Boston is watching. Hey, Nancy.
Nancy. Splash Sisters. She's
Yeah.
a Splash sister. There's these women that we know that come to a lot of our shows. We're on the East Coast, and they have they do a synchronized swimming group, and they do like formations and stuff. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Nice.
Last
Well,
year, came
Deb-
out to shows outside
That she has
the
4 dogs and a tortoise.
Yeah, I saw that.
Deborah would like to know how we all met each other.
Oh, that's a great question.
In prison. It was prison. Sorry.
No,
Prison,
wasn't it at
prison
that
for all
place?
girl bands.
Yeah, right. All girl bands know each other.
Yeah.
We hang out, you know.
I think we met, was it 6 or 7 years ago, playing a show at the Stone Church?
That's right.
Is it New Hampshire?
New Hampshire.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful
Fun.
venue.
Deborah
And we never
would
look
like to know
back.
how we all met each other.
Oh, that's a great question.
In prison. It was prison. Sorry. Oh,
Has a
sorry.
Does someone have a playback going?
Yeah, right. All girl bands know each other.
Sorry.
God, I hate the way I sound. I'm not going to talk as much.
That was weird because it was like the Stone
Yeah.
Church and then all these voices started happening.
Yeah, I was trying to pull up the questions on the other side, but a bit of a feedback loop. Sorry.
You know, remember Vivian sang a song with you?
Oh my God, that's right.
Did
Yeah.
we have a Milli Vanilli moment?
What?
Still happening. Somebody has their volume on.
Milli Vanilli moment?
Yeah, the Milli Vanilli. That's just it. And she was like, so everyone was like, oh my God, shocking. I wonder if she's on right now. Vivian, you there, Viv?
There's sort of an inner band story that happened that night. When we first started, that was like our earlier days of touring as a band.
Mhm.
And when we were touring that particular tour, we kept on forgetting to eat. Like we didn't want to eat a heavy dinner before playing, and then after the show, nothing would be open. And now we've got it all worked out. Hitting the convenience with hard-boiled eggs and hummus.
Yeah.
Like we've got it covered. But that day,
all we eat is egg.
Yeah,
all
right?
day. Right. Bananas, hummus, hard-boiled eggs. Got it. But that day, I don't think I ate anything. And so we got to Stone Church and I had a gin and tonic, like 3 sips of one. And all of a sudden, Joni and Lisa looked at me and they're like, get it together.
We're like, oh my God.
That night, it was rough.
Nicola's got like a drunk tell so fast. She's just like, hey guys. She gets like kind of slurry and super, and the pitch of her voice goes up. She gets really happy and she's a very good drunk. Not that she drinks very often, but it was so funny.
It was like 3 sips and they just started, drink this water. So that night it was meeting you, and also like they were not going to have it. And they threw down.
But I do think immediately when we all met each other, we're like, okay, yep, we're all friends. This is great. Like, it was like immediate, like,
Yeah.
yes.
I remember you guys were making a video. You were
Yeah.
making a video.
Oh,
You were
yeah.
doing like interviews up in the dressing room, and somebody was pretty drunk too. I don't know.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
so.
No, but nobody said, no one that's here.
No one
No
here.
one that's here.
What is for you guys? We all have our favorites, so we could go around to everyone. But what's everyone's favorite late night tour eating place?
Oh, I know mine.
All right, you go.
Well, it was one time actually. It was in Portland, Oregon. And it was like 2 a.m. and everyone was decided and agreed that we have to go to the donut place. What's it called again? The
Voodoo Donuts.
Oh, voodoo.
Yeah.
Voodoo Donuts, yeah. And you know,
So good.
if you're gonna eat a donut, go to Voodoo Donut. I had like a maple bacon donut, and it was. I still remember how it felt hitting my tongue.
I had that. I feel you.
Nicola, do you want to go?
You know, it's weird. What came to mind was the worst. So I'm just going to tell the quick worst. We were just played a show in Denver for Halloween, and it was late, and we were super hungry. We hadn't eaten, and so we thought it would be a good idea to go to Denny's at 2 a.m. in a snowstorm when we had to catch a 6 a.m. flight. That was mad regret.
Oh, I think Mel's connection got lost.
Oh.
I see that.
I don't know, like for me, it's always kind of my favorite thing. A lot of times, because I try really hard not to eat right before I sing, but it's also not good to go to bed with a full belly. But usually what we'll do is like because the clubs will offer, like as part of the rider or whatever, they'll offer a meal. So 9 times out of 10, it's chicken tenders, which are even the worst chicken tenders are kind of okay, So after we're done, pretty much my favorite thing is whatever, we just have them, we get it, and then we save it for later. And then like we get in the car to go to the hotel and we're like, give me some chicken tenders. Like we're all like ravenous and just inhale it. So, and that, when you're super hungry right after, those cold chicken tenders sure taste delicious.
Mel got frozen. Oh wait, she's coming back in now. Okay, there we go. Roxy, how about you?
Waffle House.
Yeah.
One.
Thank God.
Yeah, she's back. Yay.
All right, Mel, you want to share your late night eating thing?
Was I the only one that froze? The whole thing didn't freeze. It was just me.
Just you.
Just you.
Of course. My favorite late night spot, IHOP. When we find them actually open that late, it's the most exciting thing ever. Except for the one that had a cockroach when we walked up.
I think it was Waffle House. No, oh no, it was IHOP. We were like, nope.
Nope, we walked right up.
That's disgusting.
Yeah. I do, if it's not late night, but I do enjoy Cracker Barrel out of all of the eggs that we eat. But yeah, I could do, IHOP and Waffle House are probably my two. We always eat eggs after the show. That's just like that's just like every time it's all just open and it's all that like we're all able to eat, and all that stuff.
It's funny, like you think to yourself, oh, it's, you can get something healthy at IHOP. You can get something healthy at Denny's, you can just get,
But
you get there, it's like, I think I'll just have one pancake with that.
Mozzarella sticks and some fries.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep it healthy. Can I have some cheese on my eggs, please?
Yeah. Look, I haven't eaten before the show. I just want to eat everything now.
Yes.
Do you guys have, because one go-to for us, we do like a lot on tour, at night is we just go to 7-Eleven or something like that, and we just get the hard-boiled eggs that they have. We just eat that because it's just protein. Do you guys do that? No.
Apparently we're the only weirdos that do it.
That's the California wearing off.
What?
We do like the single-use hummus things that like don't
Oh,
have
yeah.
no sense. And we'll do like clementines and fruit and what else do we usually keep in the cooler?
Yeah, we have a small cooler in the back, so we got snacks. What do you eat, Roxy? Roxy eats Cheez-Its.
Oh, Jesus of a jam. Oh my
We
God.
need a cooler in our van.
I
Yeah,
always
we
have
have-
a jar of peanut butter, but Roxy's allergic to nuts and Annie hates the smell and it makes her nauseous. So if I eat peanut butter, I have to go sit on the curb somewhere.
Wow.
But see, that's really cheap. That's like $1 for a jar thing. Doesn't have to be.
We
You guys
wanted
have
to bring a cooler. Sorry, Nicole, go ahead.
No, Oscar, you guys have been together a long time, so you have to travel well together. And you just explained one of the reasons why you travel well together, right there. You take care of
Small
each
and
other.
compact.
I don't know what I'd do without peanut butter.
Oh,
We
every
love
day.
it. And between both bands, we are known for traveling in minivans. I know you guys do that as well.
Yep. The beauty of a trio.
Yeah.
We'll see.
You can fit. There's a lot. You can fit in the van with all your gear, and
Mhm.
there's always one person outvoted. So it's magic.
No ties. No ties.
Yeah, there's no ties. That's true.
That is very true. Do you?
I'm gonna say hi to a shout out to Mel's dad because Mel's
I
not
just
shouting out her dad, so I'm saying hi, Mr.
Hi,
Frank.
Dad. Hi, Dee. Hello, hello, Steven. Hello, John. Hello, Nancy. Hello, Jeannie. Hello, Deborah. And I won't want to go back any further because it's black.
Okay. Yeah, if anyone's in the chat wants to ask us any questions, we're watching.
And Jay, hey Jay.
Wait, are you? Do I have to look on our page? I'm looking at the Jackknife page, so I should look at the No Small Children one, right?
Oh, are they different?
Are they different?
No, it should be all the same. I think the comments all show up on the same thing, maybe. I don't know.
As long as you're watching the live feed, it's the same.
Yeah.
Can I invite people to participate in something?
Yeah.
On our page, if you're interested, we are having a lip sync contest. So if you want to film yourself lip syncing to one of our songs, we are going to choose the winners and premiere the videos, and then we want to have a Zoom hangout party with all the people who we choose to air.
A premiere.
Premiere.
Oh,
So if you want to participate, there's a link on our page, and you just fill in a couple things so we can contact you and upload your video. But we're getting some great submissions. We'd love for you to submit one too.
Awesome.
cool. Are you doing a certain song or kind of any songs?
Any song.
Cool.
Any song you want, yeah.
Well, maybe we'll do one.
Looks like there's somebody's asking a question. Just curious, when you change wardrobe from the red white dresses, I wasn't able to make your last several shows. So it's actually, you'll notice that today we're actually wearing our matching tracksuits.
We all have fishnets on, by the way. You just can't
Let's see
see
those
it.
legs.
Let's see.
Prove it.
You know, we actually have, we wear those red dresses. We have certain favorite ones, but for those who's watching this right now, we actually wear matching outfits to every gig, and we have like a closet of matching stuff. So, yes.
I imagine that. Does your closets look like the movie 27 Dresses?
A little bit. Yeah.
We did a little thinning. We did a little thinning within the last few months because someone's like, okay, we're never wearing this again. So now it's down to, I don't know. I just changed my closet to another thing. And it's like, I don't know, there's like 15, 20 dresses in there at least.
Yeah, at least.
And of all the shows we played in all the years, only once did we show up all wearing 3 different dresses.
Yeah, it's like, which dress do you want to wear? The polka dot one. And turns out we had like 3 different polka dot dresses. That happened to us yesterday, actually. We were like, because we shot a video, like a Zoom video.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, I'm ready. I'm in the jumpsuit. And everyone's like, no, we're wearing that dress. And then I was like, no, we're wearing taffeta. I was like, wait a minute. What am I supposed to be showing up in?
Hey, you guys, I remember the last time we were supposed to play together.
Somebody's got to turn the volume off on there.
When we were in, when you put this big show together with a whole bunch of bands in New York, and we had this show in, what was it, in
Kingston.
We played in
Kingston, yeah. And Joni was like, the night that we played, she was so sick that night. I don't know if you remember, but we were not on point that night. But Joni was so sick, and to the point where the next morning we went to urgent care, and she had pneumonia, and they're like, you can't go anywhere. And it was like 4 hours or something to where the show was. But I remember, Annie, that was the last time I talked to you, probably, just actually to us talking, is that me saying, listen, Joni's got pneumonia, we can't come. That was like, I don't know if and then the next night, Nicola and I played in Vermont, and we played as a duo. Joni stayed in the hotel.
Yeah, it's only like second or third time ever in my life I've had to bail out of a show because I was sick. It's like, it's not, we all know how that goes, right? It's like a last resort. So when you play in a band with people, if it were just you, that'd be one thing. But when you play in a band, you don't show up. It's, you know, it's really tough.
But I've always thought about that night. Like, I'm like, oh God, I hope they still like us, you know, for a long time, for like a little while after. I hope they still, you know, like us and think that we're not jerks for doing that. But
of course.
No,
We love
played together after that, right? Because it was a show,
We
or
did?
was it before it? Or maybe it was before it. We played here in Tarzana at
oh
the Mountain
yeah.
Show. Was that before or after that?
that was before. That was like when we were out there for NAMM. Like
That was
the
really
year.
fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
So
That
what happened?
bass player, there was a bass player playing with another band, and she was from New York. The bass was it? Oh no, it was with Shira Girl. The bass player she had, I remember because she was from New York too. I remember she was like such a badass. I remember that.
Hey, how did you, I'm just curious, there's some questions here, but I'm curious, how did you guys come together, like start playing?
Annie and I met in college. And we started playing together, different with other band members and with another band name. And then we needed a fill-in for a tour, and Annie knew Roxy. And so we took her as a fill-in for the tour, and we loved her, and we kidnapped her and took her with us.
Sweet.
She's
So
actually
you're
a
the,
fan still right now.
how did you come up with your name?
Oh, just like one of those, you know, late night diner hangouts. We just, you know, we had a horrible old band name. We're just like, we gotta, you know, we were changing members a lot. We're like, it's not who we are anymore. So we wanted to just get something that was like a cool, you know, badass all girls, like, you know, that sounded like that. And that's kind of, it's not like any, you know, crazy truck jackknifing story or anything.
It's not like a tattoo story where it's like, well, this symbol is from when I, you know, backpacked through Europe, and you know, it's like no big long symbolism.
Right, yeah, it's just like,
Yes, they're throwing out names and names and names.
yeah.
Like, oh, I like that name, and oh, that sounds cool with that. Cool, good.
And then it finally came together. What about you guys?
It's such an awesome name. And
It is.
I just thought of that, Mel, like what a great idea. I mean, I didn't think of it. You thought of it. It's a great idea. Is like taking just cool sounding words and putting them together.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What a great idea.
It was our first band name, but it was not as good at all.
We're not even gonna mention it.
We're not even gonna say it. It was.
Now you have to tell us. What was it?
Google
We'll tell
Trends.
you in secret after.
Bill on the string here says that he has stickers from your old band name.
Oh.
Oh, do tell.
Sounds salacious.
Never we ever played in Kansas City, Missouri. We have. Have you guys?
Yeah.
Yes,
We have. Yep.
That's a
Yeah.
great music city.
it is. Love Kansas
We
City.
had so much fun there. I just want to say hi to Chester. He's watching from Vermont.
Chester.
And Marilyn asked if we were going to come back to Santa Cruz, and Santa Cruz was one of the shows we just had to cancel because of what's going on right now. So for sure, we'll come back to Santa Cruz. Santa Cruz is so much fun. We'll be back.
Well, they're having that online festival there that I just wrote the guy. I don't know.
Thing?
It's it was like a big festival. They're actually changing it to online.
Oh wow.
I'll tell you the guy's name. It doesn't matter. I'll tell you later.
Yeah, we'll all wait on bated breath while you search your emails.
Oh, Roxy, you saved me from a bus in Kansas City.
I did, yes, many times though after that.
That was a real close one. No, that was probably the closest one.
What, like getting hit by a bus?
Is this a common problem for you to avoid getting hit by buses?
Apparently. Every time I go to look both ways, and boom, there's a bus going by, and Roxy's pulling me back.
It's weird. Like in your mind, you can see the action of that, like a bus suddenly there, you know?
I saved Lisa from a raccoon once, so.
Didn't have a reason to try to fight her.
That's it. So do you, I have another question, because it's, you know, it's like, we don't really, you know, obviously there's the couple things we all have in common. Number one, we're all musicians and playing in a trio. And number two, we're all women. So question, because we get that question a lot, is it, what do you notice about being women in the music business? What are some things that you find, and observations?
I think we all get the well, you guys have a song, Drunk Creepy Guy. We have a stalker song, Dear Jane. I mean, I think we do kind of have that common theme there of like, being on stage and then coming off and like seeing the surprise on people's faces, I think is like, people that are still like, we've never seen an all-girl band. How do you do this? It's like, we're playing just like everyone else.
I think the best example was Canton, Ohio.
Have you guys ever played there?
Yeah, we have, I think, haven't we?
The Buzzbin?
Mm-hmm. Yes, we have. Yeah, the Buzzbin.
So, yeah. It was awesome. The people that worked there were awesome. The place was great there. But the crowd that happened to be in there that night when we showed up was a bunch of older men who were old enough to be our grandfathers. Sitting there, they saw our poster with our fishnets, and they were sitting there going, "So you gonna dance for us?"
Ew!
And when we said, "No, we're a band," they said, "What do you mean?" And could not understand, like they did not understand what we meant by we're a band and we're gonna play instruments.
What? You can't play instruments, you have a vagina!
And then,
what are you gonna do with those lady hands?
Danny strums like the first guitar chord, and I hear all the loud amps come on, and within 2 minutes, they were out, and a whole college crowd was in there.
Cool.
We looked up, and there was a whole different people. It was so weird.
That is actually, yeah, it looks like Scott is asking, what's the most bizarre tour story? That's a pretty good one. Do you have any others, like bizarre tour stories?
Roxy, you got one?
Can't think of any.
I know, it's like we know when like we get off the thing and we're like, oh, remember that time? Do you guys have any off the top of your head?
Nicola has probably the best memory of all this with the crazy tour. I just feel like it's like you get on the road and it's like somehow you lose track of everything. It's like all in a row, and I can't. It's just like one long string of things, and you remember things. It's like I feel like with our bands, we're living the same life. It's kind of crazy. Like we've been in the same places. We are a trio. We're, we've got sort of a balance with our lives. We have animals. We have weird cat things.
We live in minivans down by the river.
Yeah, exactly.
Living in a van down by the river.
We both sit in our vans and eat hummus.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen, Nicola, Lisa was just asking about somebody on the stream here had what's the most bizarre tour story.
You can't remember.
And I can't remember because there's always something weird and bizarre that happens on tour that when it happens on tour, it just doesn't feel that bizarre because it's a bizarre experience to begin with. But then you would, if it happened to you like in the grocery store, when you're at home, you'd be like, you're never gonna believe this crazy thing that happened, So, can you think of some stuff, Nicola, like crazy tour stories?
I mean, they're not crazy. Like living in California, we don't have any experience with tornadoes. So being in Oklahoma during tornado watching got us a little freaked out. We got like really paranoid about that. And then just being in Alaska, way out in Alaska, we were so busy playing and doing interviews. It was really awesome actually talking to children there that we didn't have much time to explore Alaska. So Lisa and I were like, Joni, stop the car. Lisa and I have got to go and experience something. So Joni stops the car.
She was
It was crazy. I'm like, I'm cool. I saw
Yeah, we were like, we've got to go experience Alaska. So Lisa and I go for a hike and we're like, we hear a river. Let's keep going. Let's experience Alaska. And we keep going. And all of a sudden we come to a really fresh bear print. And we're like, oh my God, we're in Alaska. Let's get out of here.
It was like the size of my hand. That's how big in the mud.
Like really fresh. We're like, we are being stupid right now. We got to get back in the van.
And probably people in Alaska are like, yeah, that's no big deal. But we're like, oh my God, you wouldn't believe what happened.
Well, there was like their other thing. They desperately wanted to see a moose. They're like, we gotta see a moose, right? And so like, and I saw a moose and her calf like early on. They're like, oh come on, they were so disappointed. So they were really hoping to spot some moose too
We
somewhere
didn't.
along the way. Didn't it?
Me.
I am
Me.
still
scared of
upset that I
bears.
haven't seen a moose yet. I've been in so many places where moose should be, and I have yet to see one. But
They're
they don't-
I bet they're everywhere now. Now that us humans are locked inside and all those cool animal videos taking over.
Oh my gosh, these
Yeah.
animals are gonna have a nervous breakdown when we all go back to work.
I know. I thought that too. I'm like, there's gonna be a whole like, it's gonna be Jumanji outside. You know.
Oh, you know what weird thing I just remembered? The guy that gave you the jewels at that show.
Oh yeah, someone gave me a bunch of jewels, and we're scared to take them out of our like cash box we have because I think he cast a spell on us.
Nobody told me about that.
Like 5 years ago, those jewels are still in the box. We were like, we're gonna be cursed if we get rid of them. I thought to get rid of them, so we don't.
What if I threw them out by accident?
Oh no, they're there. They're there.
It's kind of a weird thing to give somebody, isn't it? Like, hey guys,
Yeah.
take these free jewels. Like,
Well, the apples. There was a guy that used to bring apples to, and he was very nice too. But he brought, because we're teachers, I think he would bring us a bag of apples every show, every
Every
little.
show.
it was really nice.
Yeah.
How
Very
many know, by
thoughtful.
the way, these are plastic jewels.
Oh, they're not real jewels. They're not like
They're
treasure.
jewels.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, you mean like jewels on a necklace, jewels?
They're
I
just
thought you meant like, the
Oh,
the
no, they're
e-cigarette
like
jewels.
No, they're like red diamond-shaped plastic jewels.
I thought you
Oh.
meant real jewels, like jewelry, like diamonds and rubies.
Mm. Although I did remember something one time we were driving, I think on the borders, there's a 3-point mark of like, what is it, Oklahoma, Kansas, and Missouri, I believe.
That place was creepy. I just
Yeah,
got
so I remember we were on a highway and I passed like a casino I worked at before, and I was like, oh, I think there's like a 3-point mark at this casino. And Mel's like, we gotta go. So we turn around and go. I go into the casino and ask him, like, where's this 3 points thing? And he said, oh, just drive down and make a right at the dirt road. And we're like, okay. So, and this is like, this isn't like one of those little casinos. Like, it's one of the really nice ones, but it was on their property. But we drove down the wrong dirt path road
but it's
first. So we turn around and go down the other dirt path, which there's no lights, nothing. So the only thing is the car. So we put the lights on, and it's just this like stone monument in the middle of woods.
Oh my God.
It was at night too.
Oh, it was so creepy. It was so dark, and we had a serious radio on, and we had it on one station. The three of us get out of the van together, go over to this thing. We're all taking pictures of it. It says like the Girl Scouts made it, but it's the markers are written in Sharpie instead of like being engraved. It was very strange. And then we get back in the van, and it's playing some like 40s music station. So
Whoa.
Ghost definitely went in that car and changed the music, and we were all creeped
It
out.
was weird. But yeah, that was a bizarre one.
Did you peel out?
Yeah. Minivan
gotta-
peeled out that fast that time.
There's
Well,
been a
granted,
couple.
we're not making this booking mistake again, but one time we had to drive from Ohio to Vermont to be at 7 a.m. at a TV station in Vermont the next
Oh.
day. So we were driving up north, and we're getting to Vermont, and we somehow missed the fact that we needed to veer off on the other way. And then we stayed in Vermont until we realized we were on the wrong side of the river from Burlington.
No, the Champlain, yeah, Lake Champlain.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's
Yeah.
there's like only like one way to get cross it at a certain point, and we missed it.
And so, like, we realized that we had to wait to catch a 6 a.m. ferry. So we needed to spend the night right near the ferry, but it's so nice there, and the prices of the hotels are so high that our only option was like a $400 night fancy inn. And so we're calling them at 2:00, and we're like, well, your option is not to rent the room and not to get money, or to give us a room that you have for a lot less money, please. So luckily at 2 a.m. they brought down the price a lot. and then we slept there for 3 hours and then caught the ferry across.
That was, yeah,
some
that was-
people would have just held on and just not slept, or slept in the
Right.
car. But
sleep in the car.
We always sleep in the
We always
van,
sleep in the van.
and we shower at truck stops.
You do?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's another story. Remember the time we showered at some park in Maine when we got lost?
That was actually in Burlington. We were going to play a show with you guys. In Vermont, at the lake there, we pulled into the lake area, and you know how like when you go to a lake beach or whatever, they have the shower areas. We went in showers. It was
Oh
freezing.
my gosh, we have just discovered the big difference between the two bands.
The best thing is Annie goes, like, we pulled up to the little place where you're supposed to pay the guy to park, and we're like, oh, sorry, we just went the wrong way. Can we turn around? And he asks, Annie's driving. He goes, well, what were you looking for? I give you directions. She goes, a shower?
All right, so we're the high maintenance band.
I don't know about high maintenance. That's a low bar if you're talking about showering at a truck stop.
Well, a good thing about being in an all girl band is that they don't care if you all go in the same shower at once.
I love my bandmates. I'm not sharing a shower with them.
Well, actually, the truck stop showers are actually pretty big and nice.
Those are words not often used in the same sentence. Truck stop shower. are nice.
We'll have to take your word for that. So
She's like, Jackknife Stiletto only showers at the finest truck stops.
Pilot.
Marble tiled walls, and they put a little mint on your towel, though we always bring our own. But it's like,
Yeah.
oh, salad. They have to leave it clean between each one.
I got another question. What worst load in or load out?
oh,
I can't remember the name of the place, but I think it's in Virginia, and it has like the only way to get to the room is upstairs, and there is only a huge set of stairs outside for you to load in your gear, and it's like 3 stories high.
oh my.
The only place to get the van in is this tiny narrow little driveway right next to those stairs, and if you go too fast, there's cliff right there.
Wow. And you know, the person's like, this venue, this would be perfect for live music. It's like,
I mean,
that place in Northampton,
oh,
which I love, but those stairs, bringing the stuff up those stairs. Usually there's someone
anywhere with stairs.
Lucky. We've been lucky.
Exactly.
we've been
With
lucky.
no
Yeah,
elevator.
no, you two have been lucky. It's always like
Yeah.
somebody and me, some poor schlub and me. Yeah.
I can't lift this, so
Lisa's like, would you mind helping Joni lift this gigantic amp up the 4 flights of stairs? Sure. Yeah. And the thing about that place in Northampton, like the stairs are kind of janky too. So it's not like it's just a flight of stairs. It's also like there's some movement there, and it freaks me out, Like I'm just waiting for my foot to go through one of the treads. And it's never a good sign. And this happened the last time we were there, when the handyman's out there with a hammer and nails just securing the treads. I was like, oh shit, I don't know if I should use this. But it's all those older clubs too, like, because they're all like in New York and a lot of those East Coast clubs, because they are all grandfathered in to a lot of those. So they don't have elevators, they don't have, you know what I mean? So those are the clubs that are tough.
Yeah, I was gonna say in Staten Island, a bar we used to play at Dock Street, which was either a flight down the stairs, or if you were playing upstairs, it was like up a spiral old two flights, and no one wants to help you at all.
Spiral staircase?
Not like a spiral staircase, but it was like crickety old building, so it was like not a straight, just
Dr. Seuss stairs?
Pretty much.
Yeah, and you played when they did the shows upstairs, they would put cinder blocks with plywood on, and that was the stage.
Yeah, the stage would wobble. So like I was playing a drum solo, and the entire drum kit is going like this, and the mic stand just fell on my head.
How can you possibly play like that? That must have been so hard.
It was
Right
so
before
fun.
us, there was like a bunch of heavy metal dudes, and I'm like, oh, if it doesn't break for them, we'll be great,
Every time Annie would jump with the guitar, all the drums would go everywhere and fall over.
It's like playing on a trampoline.
Yeah, basically.
Nicola, you had that when we did South by Southwest that time, when your kit Remember that? It was
Yeah.
just, and I basically had to, yeah, you can
Yeah.
tell that story. That was rough.
No, it's just it was just a shared kit all night, and I get in and there's no legs and there's nothing holding it, and I just can't believe it. And I learned after that if you really have a problem with that, you carry a hammer and nails. You hammer right on in, but luckily we haven't had to do that since. But I was just thinking, for all of this like shared grief, I would love to be doing that right now.
I know, right?
It's true.
Yeah.
Very, very true.
I'll carry that stuff upstairs right now.
Yep.
But we can play.
Yeah, maybe we could all lift gear up the stairs by ourselves just for fun. Just to feel
Yeah,
like
I'm just gonna, just to kind of keep in the groove, I'm just gonna move all my gear from one room to the other repeatedly.
I'm gonna bring it all up the stairs, down the stairs, drop a few things, shirts.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make all the grunting sounds while I pull the trap case up.
Oh, the
Yeah,
trap
keep
case
that
is
endurance up, so just keep bringing your gear up and down the stairs once a week. It's fun.
that trap bag too. Is that those like it's like trap cases are like moving a dead body.
Yes.
Not that I know what a dead body feels like to move.
I don't know.
Mel, what do you use for a trap case?
SKB.
Is that like a proper trap case?
It is. I will show you right now.
All right.
Right outside the door. Hold on.
It's hard. It's a hard case and it's very heavy.
Oh, okay, all right. Nicholas
Yeah.
just got all this new hardware that is titanium or something.
Yamaha series. And
It's so good.
Wow,
each piece is like 3 pounds, and it's so well made. And you can just throw all your gear over your shoulder. It's crazy, and it's sturdy.
I just want to give a shout out to somebody in the stream here. There, Marilyn Olson. She said, Joni inspired me to learn to play the bass guitar. Wow.
Awesome.
That's a really high compliment.
Woo!
And I can think of just about a million other bass players you should look to for inspiration. But that is a high compliment. Thank you, Marilyn. I appreciate that.
So Mel, that's a nice case. Heavy though, huh?
It's the case is not heavy. It's all the stuff inside.
Yeah.
I
Right.
built 2 of them in order to distribute weight, but we don't have enough room in the van.
Do you have, is it on wheels?
Yes, and it has a telescoping handle comes out.
Yeah, the gear bag that I borrow when I'm on the East Coast, I mean, just the gear bag is heavy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's like you have to line it up to pull the thing off, and like
Yeah.
put it on. Yeah.
Nobody's watching. It's super awkward.
And it's like a really skinny handle, so it just digs in real well into the palm of your hand.
Yeah.
So,
I actually had, this is a replacement. They're warranted for life, and I got in a car accident. I was hit in the rear with the last one that I had of this.
oh,
And my mother is still convinced that it saved my life because it damaged the trap case, smashed it in, but then stopped the car from going any further into my trunk.
Wow.
And so I called up SKB and told them, and they told me to ship the broken one back, and they sent me a brand new one.
Wow.
I love SKB. I love all their gear. I have the flight case from my base. It's awesome. Lisa, actually, do you remember, Lisa, right after I got it, like we were coming through the airport and she pushed the cart and she was pushing the cart. I don't know what happened, but the base like slid off the top and into the street. And so I was like, ah! And the handle broke off. I was like, but the base was perfectly fine.
Have you guys flown with all your gear?
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Really,
I've
that's-
never flying.
I was just going to say about SKB, I have the SKB symbol case also. And TSA didn't put the wing nuts back on after they opened it up, looked inside, took all the symbols out, and instead of putting it back together on the rod and tightening it, they just chucked them all back in there and latched it with the buckle. And nothing happened to the symbols. I could not believe it. I was so thankful I had that case.
Yeah.
Nothing was.
We have had
Cars, and then I checked my head in like a carry-on suitcase because I have the lunchbox, and then Roxy also has a lunchbox head too. So
The lunchbox is definitely the way
Yeah.
to go.
I have a
How much does that amp cost?
what's that?
How much does the lunchbox cost?
The Mesa one, I think, because I wanted the red one, it was a little more expensive, but I think they're around like maybe 1,200 now. About that, but I love it. I've never had any issues with it.
It sounds so good.
Yeah, it sounds great. And then I have the 410 Marshall cab, so it's pick up the whole thing on my own.
Yeah. We have, when we travel, we usually I'll just rent ahead. And like we're on the East Coast, I bought a cabinet and just leave it there at my friend's house, but I just rent the head every time. At this point, I probably could have bought one, but
I bring my head.
Like that's part of the sound, like the guitar tone.
Mhm.
I don't want to, it's like, that's the joy of it for me. So I don't want to like not have what I play, but the
I
lunchbox,
know.
I love it.
Having the gear there, at least, like, I think it's like a good solve. We're just really fortunate that there's people who kind of are willing to let us store stuff there, or Lisa in particular, and our friends on the East Coast, particularly Dean. I know that Nicola's going to give him a shout out, who loans us drum gear. And I play on Mark bass, and the head is 7 pounds solid state and fits in my carry-on. And I usually just rent a speaker there. So
it's actually our inner ear system that actually causes us the most stress. We've had a lot of issues with flight cases, so now we like take it all apart and put it into our carry-ons, and because we've had some real scares.
Yeah, we finally just kind of custom made a system, like a mini rack, and condensed everything down. So now it can in its full rack be a carry-on, but it took us a long time to get there, and we actually had the airlines like destroy our rack system one time, and it was in a flight case in the rack thing, all bundled up to protect it, and it came out completely smashed up in pieces. And that's a funny story in and of itself. Yeah. But yeah, apparently
He's gonna die. Go and get the charger.
somebody has their.
Are we still on the Facebook?
Yes, we're still on the Facebook. If anyone has questions, we might get cut off soon, because I feel like after an hour it might sometimes it stops. So if anyone has questions and you're on Facebook Live, ask away. I know someone asked what's the worst venue you ever played?
I'm not gonna touch that one, because
I don't like to badmouth any certain venues, but there are certain things. You don't have to mention the places, but we did play like a house show once, and I don't even have to say where. I'm just gonna say there ended up being more dogs that kept showing up throughout the night. And it was very bizarre, and the place was very disgusting. And they were so nice, and they were like, you could stay here, we'll cook for you, blah, blah. We're like, we're just gonna go to Walmart and come back for the show and stuff. But that was like what
there. The bathroom was like black with mold.
Yeah. Oh, that happened. Like, remember that hotel, that super sketchy hotel that we basically, we rented it, and it was in
Detroit. It was in Detroit. We had a gig at 9 Mile.
And
8 Mile.
Yeah,
8 Mile. No, 8 Mile. Sorry.
And we checked into this hotel, and it was such a flea bag that we're kind of like, okay, we're just gonna put our makeup on, our clothes, and it was so cheap that we just left. It was like $30 or something, or whatever it was, and we're like, nope. And
we drove into the night. After the gig, we just drove.
Oh.
Yeah. Somebody asked if we all have day gigs, and if merch and shows is our only income, or if we have jobs. And I just want to say that, like, we do, no small children, we're all elementary school teachers by day, and you can say what you do as well. And we have so many friends who are pro musicians right now. We're just sending our love out to them, and to everybody who's worked sound at clubs, and who works in clubs, and all our clubs. We hope you are there. So we're just sending love out to you, because we just really hope that you all survive this time.
Yeah, it's definitely tough to be a musician. And as far as that other question about, is our income, do we just sell merch and do live shows? And the answer is yes. We also have music placed. We do get revenue from that when people stream our music, and we have music in some films and television shows, and so there's that, I mean, it's like every musician, you do a little bit of
It's a
everything.
hustle.
Yeah, it's a hustle. Everybody, yeah.
How about you guys? What do you do during the day?
I'm a music teacher.
Yeah.
Roxy.
I work in a library, working from home now. So
I'm a big fan of libraries. True.
Looks.
I work on tour doing lights, but now there are no lights to be lit. So
Right, all the lights are off. The lights are out on
Yeah.
Broadway.
the lights are off. So
Oh, it's so true now. Oh my God. Can't believe I didn't realize that until right now.
Yeah, it's crazy. When did you guys know this was all for real? Like, I mean, when that day that the NBA closed their entire season and a couple of things all happened on one day in March, I was like, oh, okay, this is happening.
I think when they said, not that we were even going, but I think when they canceled South by Southwest, it was kind of like, whoa, okay, this is bad, and that's what, and we had that big show we were working for and excited about, that was kind of like a few weeks after, so we're like, is this gonna like affect, because it was still a theater, and they were lowering capacities at that point, so we were like right on, like it was literally like 2-3 days before when they canceled us, so and we were like, yeah, but I think South by Southwest was kind of like the big thing that, at least for me, that I was like, okay, this is bad,
Yeah, that was a
For me,
big
we
deal.
realized it when we were about to do that show, because I remember how the three of us were so nervous about going to sell merch, because we're going to be standing at the table with so many people. We're going, all right, we should all have like gloves that we're going to wear. I'm like, I have extra drum gloves. You guys can borrow them. We'll use that so we don't shake people's hands, and we'll buy these hand sanitizers, and we can, that way there's hand sanitizers to go around to the crowd. And we were kind of going nuts thinking of how this is going to work and how we're going to pull this show off without being scared the entire time. And scared everyone there.
How about you, Roxy?
I mean, as soon as the first person in Manhattan got it, I mean, that was pretty much that makes it serious for me. So
Yeah.
I think with us, like, I think South by was canceled after, but like we were going into spring break with school and they canceled the last 2 days of school. So it was just teachers, so we could do our distance learning training before, and I think that was before that South by got canceled.
So we found out the 9th of March. That was 9th of March. We found out 11th and 12th or 12th and 13th were canceled.
And so we were like, and the way they were talking in the meeting, it's like, okay, this is serious. Like we started rethinking teaching, like everything we know about our job. So I think that was a wake up call for me. And from that Sunday, it was the last time we all got together.
Yeah, I think that's kind of, I'm with Lisa and Nicola. That's when it really hit home that it felt real. Excuse me, that day when we were in school, it was like, uh-oh. And I think it also kind of, the concern grew for me. I mean, this is like the whole pandemic thing is something that I've talked about with my husband a million times because I'm just a weirdo that way, I guess. But like it started where at first it was like, okay, it's in New York, it's a big problem in New York, and we're just going to try to contain it, And then it was like, okay, I knew it was in LA. These are our big, densely populated cities. So we're going to, the containment was the thing that I thought we were, trying to get a handle on. But it was when they canceled, at first I thought it was like just a major city issue. But then when they started canceling all these big events, then I was like, okay, no, this is the entire country. Yeah. And it was, and I think it was also the length of it. It felt like, okay, we're going to go into distance learning for a couple weeks and then we're going to go back after spring break. And it became apparent within a couple of days that there was zero chance of that happening. And it was kind of amazing how fast everything shifted too. And the hard thing as a musician, when I'm thinking about moving back from this, the reality is these live events, especially we had some awesome festivals that we were, that we have planned and all this stuff that like playing live is probably these big festivals and venues. It's going to be the last thing to come back, because there's large numbers of people congregating in one space. And, there's it's going to probably be phased in, and that will probably be the last phase, and people are going to be afraid. It's going to take them a while. That, you know, it's going to be their desire to get out and about and do things. It's going to be really high, but it'll be offset by fear. So, you know, we just have to. There's.
Oh yeah, we do have a Jackknife Stiletto hand sanitizers on our website now.
Oh, that is pretty clever. That's
I have to say, you guys, your merch is on point for sure.
We need some advice with that. We got to get our merch.
Yeah, we could have powwows and then all see what each other's doing. But you guys, I do have a merch that I'm wearing of yours that I can't show on camera.
Oh, do you have riches?
Yeah, I do.
Very nice.
Can everyone
find
the
merch on
your website?
Yeah, could you model that for us?
Can everyone find all your merch on your website?
Come again?
Can everyone find your band's merch on your website?
Oh, that's a funny question.
We're actually relaunching our online store. We're trying to, you know, we still do t-shirts and that type of thing, but to basically we're looking to breathe new life into it, I guess.
The answer is yes, Mel. The answer is yes, but there's more merch coming.
But I would say the best way for anybody to support us would be to add us to your Spotify or iTunes playlist and throw us into your rotation right now. And how about you guys?
Yeah, same thing. You know, jackknifestiletto.com's got all of our stuff. You guys are nosmallchildren.com, I'm guessing?
That's correct.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So, I mean, the best thing for any bands like us and stuff like that is to just, doing the saves and likes on, you know, stuff seems small, you know, to maybe fans and other bands, stuff like that, but it means a lot. It just helps every single one of us, you know, just a little more get, you know, out there and stuff like that. So definitely Spotify's huge right now, and just adding even like one song on your playlist just, you know, helps every single band and every stream.
Do you guys have any I mean, you're doing this series, which is great. So along with this, which we hope everybody keeps on tuning into Jackknife Stiletto to support their live hangs with other bands. But do you have any other events coming up that we can shout out today?
We have two coming up this weekend. Yeah, 2 live streams. One Friday night at 5:45 and one on Saturday at 5:30. So Friday 5:45, Saturday 5:30, and then on Sunday at 4 o'clock, Roxy and I are doing, every Sunday we're doing a rhythm section reversal Sunday, where she's going to teach me bass and I'm going to teach her drums. So that's
I love that. That's awesome. What a great idea.
You guys are so funny. I love it.
So all the info will be
awesome. How's it going? How are the lessons going so far?
We start next week, so we'll find out. This week we our stationary bikes together and talked about which songs we want to learn.
Very cool.
That is awesome, you guys. I love it.
So funny. I joined the Y. Like I used to go to a different gym, and then I decided I wanted to join the Y. And when I did that, I put my exercise bike like in the garage, and I've been going to the gym before teaching in the morning. And then of course now I'm like, I'm gonna have to drive that damn bike out of the garage again. Taken it up and put it back like 3 times already.
Well, now if you leave it in the garage, it'll feel like you're going to the gym. You just go to the garage every day.
Yeah,
except my car's in there. So you know what? I'm just gonna push it out into the driveway and plug it in and just do it in the driveway.
There you go. And then you know, why aren't I going anywhere? What's happening?
This bike isn't working.
My dogs have come to the party.
Yay!
Fun.
Oh, nice. I don't know what happened. Oh, he's mad. He went to sleep, I think.
I'll see if I can find my pup. Let me see if I can find him. I hope I don't lose you. Oh. He's probably sitting right out here.
Yes, Grumpy just read my mind. We will do that. He wants us to post a schedule for all our live streams.
Yeah, I love that. He's like, for us lazy stalkers.
Here's my puppy.
Oh, there's Monkey. Oh, Monkey.
Oh.
And
Rocco.
there's Rocco.
Yeah, we have some new videos coming out, and we're really psyched to be part of a Boston Venues event. So there's a club, it's called Once in Boston, and they're doing an event also to raise money for local musicians in Boston and people who work at clubs. So we're really supportive of everybody in Boston because they've been so supportive of us. We think it's May 1st, but we'll be advertising on our socials just whenever the date is confirmed. But we'll be doing three songs that we're preparing videos for.
Awesome.
That's what's coming up.
Yeah, we actually, which I know you guys said you have some unreleased music. We have a whole album done, ready to go.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
Not the right time to release it. So we're kind of stuck right now, and we wanted to, very badly release our album. We worked very hard on.
Rough. That's
Wait,
rough.
how far away is it from like being finished? Because people are looking for new
It's
stuff.
mastered already.
It's done.
It's already mastered. It's totally ready.
Yeah.
Maybe just one song at a time.
Yeah.
That's
We're talking about releasing a single because we also have the music video we did right before all this happened. So we're trying to, kind of work out a timeline for that. But until then, we're doing the live streams and just different ideas just to, interact with everyone and, entertain while, we're all home. So.
Keep it going. Hopefully by June, at least 3 can be in a room together. That's what we're hoping.
And just a quick thank you to Aster. I appreciate that comment. Thank you, Aster.
You got the best light.
Right now.
What is I need more details. Deborah Fisher said, "Did you hear about the 72-year-old woman? She put a glass of wine in all her rooms. She went on a pub crawl."
That's one of those. Oh wait, well I got All right. Okay, there we go. Oh, nice, but there.
I'm actually sitting behind my drums, and I forget that I'm sitting there, and I just say it, and I go, "But and then realize there's drums right in front of me.
This is my the music corner I got going on here.
I have just an entire disaster room full of every musical instrument and gear and audio and microphones.
Oh, my amp! I miss my amp.
Everywhere. Maybe you can FaceTime with your amp.
Can I talk to it?
Say hello.
Hi, amp. I miss you.
Oh. I'm in my studio.
Nice.
Yeah.
You got a great setup there.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, I got this.
Yeah.
So we built some new closets, so I'm still reorganizing things, and I just keep moving things around and trying to figure out where to put everything.
That's a cool space.
Yeah. You got all those sound traps up there too. Nice.
Yeah. And my next thing is to try to fit the xylophone in this room.
Ooh. Nice.
Do you play?
Here's the new drum kit. You guys haven't seen this, actually.
Your neighbors must love you.
That's true.
It's soundproof in the basement, so.
So Mel, do you play the xylophone when you guys do like acoustic stuff?
No, but I should. I should do that
Yeah,
this weekend.
that's what I was thinking for us too.
My new drums have. Oh, why is this so bright? My new drums have.
Ooh.
Like snakeskin or something?
It's fishnet.
Ah,
That is awesome.
that's great.
It's SJC.
Or do you do you have an endorsement?
Yes.
Nice.
Yep. And they are really awesome. And they're a really great company to work with. Annie and I went up and took a tour of the factory. Saw them making all the drums. It was really cool.
What's it?
Nice.
What kind of drums are they?
SJC.
SJC.
They're based out of Massachusetts.
Very cool. What town do you know?
Which town was that? Let me look it up real quick.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Where do you guys normally do your rehearsals and stuff?
We have a rehearsal space.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a studio next to my house, and
Oh, nice.
and we rehearse out of the studio. It's actually, it's really funny that because it's all wired up and everything over there, and I have every reason to just be working out of the studio exclusively at this point, but I have an office in my house, and it's easier in some ways to teach, but it's also, I started doing all my like teaching Zoom classes in the studio, and I only could do it for one day because it felt so weird to be in the studio without Lisa and Nicola. It was like I went in there and I cleaned and I organized and I put stuff down, and it was fine when I was in there working to tee things up for our live stream, because it looked so cool. It was like Nicola said, it was so awesome. Like we were ready to go. And then, but it's almost like there's this part of me that's like, I will not return to this space until this plague has been lifted, like, and all of us could be back together and in the space. So it feels, I mean, if I need to go practice my own instruments and stuff, that's fine. But I have some gear in the house too. But it definitely feels weird being in the space and not
to here. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, I teach out of there. Like when I have private voice students, it's not like I never spend any time there without the band, but it's just not. It's like it's set up for NSC right now.
Yeah,
it's set up for the band, and so yeah. It's just
no,
weird.
what was the name of the town again?
Southbridge.
Southbridge.
I was gonna say, I think it started with an S, but it's like pretty close. It's like right outside of Connecticut. It's like it's pretty low on the border, I think, because it didn't take that long for us to get there.
No, it wasn't that long. Yeah, it's right above Connecticut. If you can, I don't know if you can see any
It's
of
just
that.
the white screen.
I could sort of see it, I guess.
We can see it.
Yeah, I could see it. Yeah.
It's over there.
It's over there. Over where? Over there.
Where are you at? Where are you at? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you at right now?
Where are you? I'm over here.
Where?
Over where?
Where are you?
The guy with the thing.
Thing?
Lisa's
place?
favorite word is like when she can't remember the name of something, what it is, she's like, thingy poo. She calls it a thingy poo. You gotta go pick up the thingy poo. Like whatever it is.
That's like my mom knows the lyrics to every song. Every song is like, and the eyes were doo 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 doo. Every song.
I worked at an instrument repair shop for a couple of years fixing woodwinds and brass, and the other technician and I never called anything by name. I mean, at least I never did. He sometimes did, but it would just be, can you pass me the thingamajig, because we shared tools on the bench. Can you pass me the what's-a-mabob and the who's-a-call-it? And we always were just like, this one, oh, this one, okay, here you go.
What's your main instrument?
Me?
Yeah.
Drums, second would be piano, and then I play a smattering of everything else. Up to, like a middle school level of
Right.
a lot of other instruments.
Like
clarinet, flute, trumpet,
it's
ukulele.
been like 20 years since I had to teach woodwind or brass. And I just come to think, well, I will if I absolutely have to, but my skills on those instruments is pitiful, to say the least. Anything that you can play with your hands, like that doesn't require me to move air through, I gravitate towards that, but
Not so good in the blowing department.
as far as you know, Toots.
What's your out of all the instruments that you've taught, what's your favorite to teach or to teach and to play?
Voice is my primary instrument, and I'd say that's probably my favorite to
Doesn't
teach.
count. That doesn't count.
The
as
mouth? The mouth? You teach the mouth?
I do. Feel Beth Rooney. No, voice, I think I like teaching voice, but I love teaching general music, to be honest with you. That's really fun for me. But strings after that is my fave. I think cello is whatever.
No, I was putting I was just put.
Oh, okay. But I play, like, I was really, really serious about the cello for most of my years growing up until I get to be like, I don't know, junior, senior, and then I studied voice. But yeah, I love probably at the top voice, then cello, and then bass and all. I play more bass than any other instrument now, hands down. And piano, drum, just like like music teachery type stuff, a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
With a few at the very top. So.
I just ordered all those, the piano, there's a book series called John Thompson for beginning piano.
Yeah.
And I ordered cause I can play the piano, but I never learned how to properly read the piano. I could bang stuff out, but like, people just can just do this, and read and like, and I think, why shouldn't I be able to do that? I could play all these other instruments. I should be able to do that. So I ordered all the way book 1 through 8. So during the quarantine, I haven't started yet though, but one of these days, and when I started on the John Thompson piano thing.
Like I haven't organized my closet yet. I thought for sure I'd organize my clothing. Nope, not happening.
I know. I feel like everyone went through spring cleaning or whatever. I'm like, I haven't had time to even do that yet. Like we've been just trying to work on stuff and troubleshooting all these shenanigans and stuff. I'm just like, wait, when did people have time to do spring cleaning? I haven't even done winter cleaning yet. Like,
I see someone posting on social media that they're bored. I'm going, how?
Yeah.
Like, how are you bored? Please come. I wish you could come help me with stuff then, but you can't.
It's so true.
I feel like I'm losing time. Like I'm like, what do you mean it's 6:30? It's like
right now it's 6:30. Whoa.
Well,
an hour and a half, you guys.
I know.
And you've really been monopolizing the conversation. Could you just keep it down? Just a little. What about you? What's your favorite instrument to play?
Bass.
Just the bass. Has that always been your instrument? Did you start on the guitar?
No, she definitely.
Did you start on guitar, Roxy? You did, yeah. I feel like it's like there's more people who play the bass started on guitar than on just it's like it's always the same story. It's like, well, I was in a band, but they needed a bass player, so I just got just.
Joni was going to play the guitar, but the bass.
And I got booted before I even.
The bass player left.
And I went straight to uke.
Yeah.
So Roxy's working on the band.
By the way, started in the back of our van on tour. God help them.
Luckily, she's in a band with 2 music teachers that we only hear the progress.
You're like, oh my God, the difference between yesterday and today. So generous.
Sometimes you guys just sit there just yelling at her, F sharp.
That's like, put your feet on a little harder. It sounds better.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know about you, like I always get the question, like probably once a year from a beginner strings player, I always get the same, like the parents, like, I just have to ask you, how do you stand it? Because like, I know how I feel at home listening to my kid trying to learn the violin. How in God's name are you doing this with 40 kids? It's like.
I know, you should see you guys at my like beginning strings orchestra rehearsal in Zoom. It's quite a sight.
Someone on Facebook did ask, what's the most inspirational artist that you have been, I guess, billed with? So maybe play like your favorite band you play, like or I guess a bigger band you guys have opened for, something like that. Any ones that stick out?
You know what? We played a festival in Chicago, and we were on the other bands on the bill were just like incredible. Like we saw Blondie
and Riot Fest, right?
Riot Fest, yeah. And Blondie, watching Blondie from the side of the stage was amazing. I just watching her, just how badass she is, and just like what a command she has over what she does. Then what blew me away that night, I was Beck was somebody that I thought was was good. I was never like a huge fan, but that show blew my mind. The end of the night, the Beck show at the Riot Fest.
Yeah.
But Blondie just, I don't know. When you said it, there's probably others, but that one just came right to mind because she's just so, like when the essence, when the person's essence is what you notice, that she's just she's doing what she's supposed to do. And she just like exudes it.
So iconic. And I was going to say the same thing to Lisa, but as Lisa did, but the cool thing, we actually get to be backstage with them, which was amazing. And what was very reassuring in some ways is they had a bunch of technical problems and they just, you would have never known it, you know, like they of course they were total pros, but we saw the kind of the backstory that the audience may not have seen, and to just to some degree know, because it always, every gig there's always something, right? There's something always comes up at a gig, and I'm thinking to myself, this is freaking Blondie. If they are having trouble, then I don't, you know, maybe this is just the way it always is, you know.
Yeah.
And that if they're having challenges, then it's, you know, like I said, it's kind of reassuring, validating. It was awesome. That whole festival was incredible.
Yeah, it was a good festival. How about you guys?
Roxy, you wanna?
I mean, opening for Rancid, that was, you know, like, that was cool.
Mel?
Joan Jett, obviously, Cheap Trick. When we did Warped Tour, we got to not only kind of open for on our stage and for on other stages, but and also get to hang out with them, because Warped Tour is such a, I don't want to say low key, but like it's accessible for all the bands to meet each other.
Casual, yeah.
Yeah, because everyone's, you know, hanging out together, you know, at the backstage areas. And so I think from that, Less Than Jake and The Exposed and the Agrolites, every day on Warped Tour, I went to go see them. They were just the energy, especially like the Agrolites, the energy that they had on stage every single night that we were there was insane.
Yeah, Cheap Trick I think was pretty amazing. We had an awesome show with them, and they're just so nice. And like, we were on the side of the stage watching them play, and while they're playing I Want You to Want Me, Rick Nielsen walks off stage to us and goes, "You girls were too good, you're pissing me off," and went back out. And we're like, what? Did that happen? You know. And then I got
Awesome.
Robbie Sanders' coat on them during Dream Police, you know, like they were so cool with us, and you know, it was pretty, that was probably a big one for us too.
Nice.
I bet seeing Joan Jett would blow my mind. You know, just watching the live footage of her shows, like even like as she's older, and it's just like something that happens, I think, to people when after they've been doing it for so long. There's just such a confidence that's so inspiring. But one day.
I have a funny story about Joan, actually. It was years ago, before we were on the label. We opened for Trudy Curry, and Joan
I know
came to see it.
Yep.
And I think that might have been the first time I met Joan.
Maybe, yeah. So Joan and Kenny came out, and you know,
yes, I think that might have been my first encounter with her. And we were already on stage playing, and all of a sudden mid-song I hear someone yelling at me from like behind the curtain on the side of the stage, and just going, I'm not going to curse on here because there might be some kids watching, but she's going, F yeah. And I look over and I see Joan Jett.
And she had her head pop through the curtain.
Yeah,
like.
And I hadn't been introduced to her yet. We hadn't spoken a word, and all of a sudden I look over and Joan Jett is there giving me the rock sign and cheering us on. And I just went and started playing. And there's a video of us playing that, and you hear the song just start at this speed. And then as soon as I saw her and you hear her yelling, the song just goes like off the train tracks. I totally just freaked out.
Well, you guys, I think I have to be the first one out. It's been so amazing.
All right, I think this is a good time to end. So why don't you guys just shout out some of your last minute website to check you guys out on, anything, any last minute, words.
Oh, I guess the best place to find us is on Facebook or Instagram at just No Small Children. You can find us really easily, and our website is nosmallchildren.com. And thanks everybody who goes out and hears live music, or anybody who tunes in and supports music on all the streaming media. It really, really makes a difference right now to be adding us to your playlists, any band that you want to keep supported, because we feel the difference. So thank you so much.
Also, everybody stay safe, stay sane, stay patient, stay nice.
Yeah.
It's hard. This is hard times. Just hang in there.
Yeah.
Yep. Thank you guys for tuning in with us, everyone on Facebook, and the ladies of No Small Children. Thanks for hanging out with us. We miss you guys.
You
we
too.
miss each other. We all miss each other. And we'll have to do this again soon and just kind of check in, maybe, every few weeks or something like that. We'll figure something out. But
Next time, let's have a game show. I want to be on a Jackknife Stiletto game show.
all right, we'll do that one week. Yeah.
I have like a bell buzzer too. I can like ding, it could be my answer.
Yeah, on here, I think you could raise your hands too, so we could do something like
Yes.
Yeah, we hope you guys ladies
They're
all
playing to win. Those two are playing to win.
Yeah. There you go. I'll do my clapping.
Clappy hands. Yep.
Awesome. But yeah, thank you guys so much.
Thank
and
you.
We'll see you
Thanks.
guys all soon.
Much love to you all.
And thank you, everyone. That
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Hearts for everyone.
We're all like, woo, okay, time to go.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.